St. Kitts and Nevis's Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris affirmed support for the mandate of the St. Christopher National Trust and pledged assistance to its programs. Speaking at the August 1st opening of an exhibition marking the 50th anniversary of the MV Christena tragedy, Prime Minister Harris acknowledged the failing of not having a memorial on St. Kitts in honor of those who lost their lives in one of the Caribbean's worst maritime disasters.
I wholeheartedly endorse the mounting of this exhibition by the St. Christopher National Trust and the National Museum of St. Kitts. And I would commit that in our next budget, we will set aside $25,000 to meet the next exhibition, and we will continue to do so each year. I want to pledge further that my government will, before the next commemorative event next year, properly establish an appropriate memorial in honor of the memory of those who will perish.
The long-standing absence of a memorial on St. Kitts was highlighted by Mr. Snideman Warner, the president of the St. Christopher National Trust, as he placed the need in context.
After 50 years, we still have nothing on the island of St. Kitts to commemorate the events of August 1st, 1970. Let me give you some symbolism. There were approximately 50,000 people on St. Kitts and Nevis in 1970. There were approximately 8 million people in New York City on September the 11th, 2001. The population of the United States of America on that day was 285 million people. Now, about 230 people died in St. Kitts and Nevis. If the same number of New Yorkers had died that day, the death toll would have been 36,000. But taken as a nation, if the same number of Americans had died that day, 1,285,000 people would have died that day. That is what the death of those people meant. There wasn't a single person alive that day who did not know someone who was on that boat. And there wasn't a single person who was alive that day who was not related to someone who died that afternoon.
The MV Christena disaster remains etched in the national psyche of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Glenn Barth, SKN Newsline.